Welcome to HOIA, Healthy, Organic, Inspired Asian Food and Cooking. I'm Diane Yang Kirk, and today we are making steamed chicken and vegetable soup dumplings, also known as Shanghai dumplings. My shortcut version of this dumpling is leaner in calories, but full with authentic flavor. If you enjoy what you see in this video, please give it a like, and if you want to see more healthy, organic, inspired Asian recipes every week, make sure you subscribe. And also, give that bell a ring. From what I can see, it's about to get steamy in here. Let's get started. What makes a soup dumpling different from a regular dumpling is the soup. Now, you might be wondering, how do you get the soup inside the dumpling? I'm gonna show you how right now. Instead of boiling down animal parts to create that gelatinous soup, I'm using this as a shortcut: chicken broth and unflavored gelatin. This is a quart of chicken stock, and I'm going to put 3 cups in my pot. This is 4 packets of the gelatin, and I'm going to mix it with the remaining of the chicken stock. And immediately stir the gelatin in the cold broth. You don't want to put the unflavored gelatin into any kind of hot broth because then it won't dissolve. It'll end up chunky. Chunky! All right, so we're gonna pour this into the broth. Ooh. And give it a stir. And just let that warm up. Now we're going to season the soup. We're gonna boil some green onion, just the stem part. I like to save the tops for garnishing. A few slices of ginger, and 3 cloves of garlic. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of agave. In the spoon, we want it. I'm a mess today. And 1 tablespoon of Shaoxing wine. We'll let that come to a boil and then turn down the flame so that it doesn't boil over and create more of a mess. Just give it a little stir. Let that simmer for 15 minutes so all the flavors can infuse. It smells so good. I've got my strainer here so that way I can pour my soup directly into the pan but not get all the extras from the pot into my tray. Once it stops steaming, put it into your refrigerator overnight so that it becomes soup cello. Chinese soup dumplings have so much flavor, and a lot of it comes from using pork, fatty pork. We're not doing that today, and in addition to chicken, we are using cauliflower. What? It's crazy, I know. And with the chicken, the combination can mimic the texture of the fatty pork, but without all that fat. My water's boiling, so I'm going to season it with a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And in goes my cauliflower. These are just the crowns. Let it boil for 10 minutes until it becomes tender and soft. Definitely steamy today. I have a big bowl of ice, and I'm going to scoop my cauliflower into it because we're going to finely chop the cauliflower, and this is just too hot to touch. And I'm going to cool this down with the ice. My cauliflower has been cooked, cooled, and now it's ready to be cut. I've strained it first, and I'm just going to put it on my cutting board really quickly. I'm going to just chop it up into a little bit of a mince. Piece of ice. Another piece of ice. My sink's that way. I don't just throw things across my kitchen. And now we make our filling. I have 1 pound of ground chicken. I'm going to use 1 cup of my chopped cauliflower, 1/3 of a cup of chopped scallions, 2 to 3 minced garlic cloves, 1 tablespoon of finely chopped ginger, a 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper. And now for our wet ingredients. Because this mixture doesn't really have any oil by way of fat, we're going to add in that moisture with some better oils. I've got 3 tablespoons of sesame oil. And also 3 tablespoons of sunflower oil. 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. 1 tablespoon of Xiao wine. We're gonna give that a mix. I need a different spoon. Mixing it all up. Make sure you really combine that cauliflower with the chicken. Shanghai dumplings, oh my gosh, one of my favorite items at dim sum. I want more and dim sum. Before we get to the soup, to make sure our mixture is definitely hydrated, a 1/4 cup of water. Because it's virtually impossible to wrap soup in a dumpling, what we're going to use is our broth jello. I'm going to cut my broth jello into cubes. Have you ever seen anything like this before? This is the soup in solid form, so you can wrap it, and once it's heated, it becomes soup inside the dumpling. I'm going to scoop the jello into my mixture. And I always like leaving extra in case I want to put more soup inside my dumplings. And then we mix it up. When you're making your dumplings, try not to take too long or turn on the air conditioner or do it when it's cold, because if not, these gelatin cubes will melt. Since we're making quick and easy soup dumplings, instead of making our own wrappers, we're using pre-packaged dumpling wrappers. You have to make sure that they stay moist, so out of the refrigerator about 5 to 10 minutes, and then cover it with a damp paper towel in between use. When choosing your dumpling wrapper, flip it on its side and look at the thickness. You want to try to find the dumpling wrapper that is most thick. I know it's just a minute, teeny tiny difference, but if you can find one that's on the thicker side, it will help because of what we're about to do now. I've got my dumpling wrapper and no rolling pin, but that's okay because I've got this. If you don't have a rolling pin, an empty wine bottle works just great. We are going to flatten our dumpling wrapper even more, thus making it larger and making it much easier to fill. There we go. So if you look at the original size, it was about that size. We got a little bit extra. Now I'm going to take some of our mixture and place it in the center, not too much, and definitely try to get some of those soup pieces inside. And just for extra measure, I like to grab one more extra and just pop it right on top, so you definitely have soup in your dumpling. I'm going to just dab a circle of water around the wrapper and then kind of give it a cup like this. And then once again, some more water on the outside. The water helps for the wrapper to stick together when we are folding our creases. So we just take one side and fold it over the other, and then over the other, some more water over here, over the other. I just want to kind of do a little bit of a balancing act. The Chinese love to make things complicated, but so good. This dumpling is known to have 18 folds at top. If you can't do 18, it's okay. Just get it closed, wrapped, and into your mouth. That's the real goal, isn't it? So I've got all my pleats, but it's not closed yet. What I'm going to do is pinch the top all together and then give it a twist so that it seals and steams the meat and the soup all together. Let me show you that one more time. It really is like origami of food. This might take a little bit of practice, but I guarantee if you keep trying, you will make dumplings. In order to make these steamed soup dumplings, you need a bamboo steamer. This bamboo steamer is the large one and it has 2 levels, so there's 1 level on top and 1 level on bottom. This is a reusable cloth liner. They have paper liners, or I also really like using cabbage because it's pretty and you can serve it right from the steamer. I'm gonna line my steamer with the Napa cabbage top of the leaf. You don't want to use this end because it's hard and it won't lay flat. Just line it like this, and I think 1 more should do it for our steamer. I have 8 soup dumplings already made, and I'm just going to place them on top of the cabbage inside my steamer. Make sure that they're not too close together because these dumplings do expand. And when they expand, because the skin gets a little bit sticky, they might stick together and then they might break, and then you will have soup out of the dumpling, not soup in the dumpling. 8 dumplings fit into this basket, and that's perfect because 8 is a lucky number in Chinese. I have a large saucepan with about an inch of water. The water is going to boil and then steam my dumplings. Before you put the water inside your pan, make sure that your basket fits on top. That's a nice fit. You can actually steam 2 or 3 levels of dumplings at once, which is really good because 8 dumplings for me would be eaten like that. I'm covering the basket with my basket lid, and it's going to steam for 12 minutes. Oh, that was a really long 12 minutes. They are, wow, steamed perfectly. While these dumplings are incredible on their own, an accompanying sauce definitely kicks it up 3 notches. 1, 2, 3. With a black vinegar, soy sauce, and if you like it spicy, chili oil, on top of very thinly sliced ginger. Serve the dumplings with a soup spoon because you don't want to lose the soup. Place the dumpling in the spoon, make a little hole on top, maybe by biting it, and then pour the sauce through the hole. And then you slurp. Yum. You can make your sauce however you want, with or without all of the ingredients. So I love black vinegar, a dash of soy sauce, and definitely chili oil. That's my perfect sauce. And there you have it, a healthy and delicious steamed chicken and vegetable soup dumpling. So who says you can't look like a dumpling but be lean and steaming hot at the same time? I do, and so will you. HOIA!
The rare Diane bird spotted in their natural habitat, the kitchen. She uses bright colors to attract her mate.
Stop it.
Love.
Such a mess today.
Still rolling.
Healthy, organic, inspired Asian food. Whoa. Chicken and vegetable soup dumplings. Oh, I looked down. Well, I don't mind. No. And also 3 tablespoons of, that's what it is. I've got this. My one. That was water, not wine. I'm just gonna hold it up like this. An accompanying sauce. Try to say that. Sorry.
Try to say that once.
Right into the soup spoon. Oh.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed this episode of HOIA Food and Cooking, please like this video and share it with your friends. New videos will be going up each week on my channel, so please subscribe to see the latest delicious, healthy, organic, inspired Asian food recipes. I'd love to hear from you, so please comment below and tell me what you loved about this video, and also what dishes you'd like to see me prepare in the future. HOIA!